அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய அன்பான காலை வணக்கம். My namaskaram to you all. It's a great occasion for me to come here to stand on this very prestigious campus, which is inspired by a vision, inspired by a great vision of producing holistic individuals, well-rounded human beings after their graduation from the Zettimalai campus will come into this world and make a better world. With that inspiration, this university is formed. And all of you, the students who are here, are more like Sishyas. You are not no more a student. It is more like a Sishya in a very traditional educational setup with a lot of discipline and also an opportunity for you to find who are you in the 3-4 years you spend in the campus. That is why I mentioned it's very inspiring to stand here. Not many universities and institutions will have this kind of a lofty ideal in starting a university in the first place. Many universities are started and for different reasons. But Amrita Institute and University is very special, and you are very privileged to spend your early part of your life, especially the 3 years, 4 years in your growth stage, in this wonderful place with a lot of inspiration. There are some very eminent people in the stage. Swami Sankar Amritananda Puri Swami, who gave his benediction address, who has blessed us all, and who wanted this Alive program to be a very transformational program. I seek Swamiji's blessings. Professor C. Parameshwaran, Principal Director, Corporate and Industry Relations, who gave an overview of what this university is all about, what we are trying to do. And the Campus Director, Air Commodore Satish Menanji Avargal, and the Head IQAC, Dr. Prashant R. Nair, and Dean School of Engineering, Sasankan Ramanathan Ji, and all the Swamijis who are here, Brahmachari Swamijis who are here, faculty members who are here, and very importantly, the great students who are here. I also seek the divine blessings of Amritananda Mai Amma. I seek refuge in her lotus feet. I urge Amma to guide all of us, to give her blessings and continue to be with us as we live in this mortal world. It's a very important topic. I don't think, especially in an educational setup, they invite a guest to come and talk about role of Guru in shaping an individual and a nation. Normally, these are not spoken in an educational institution. It requires a very inspired educational institution to get into this area where I invite people to talk about Guru, talk about how we can shape you as a person and our society as a whole and our nation as a larger component. The concept of Guru is also diminishing in many ways. No more we try to seek Guru in this 21st century with a lot of technology and information available in our handtips, where it is all in a mobile phone. You can Google anything and everything you want. And many of us think somehow we have all the answers in the world in our fingertips. There is no more reason to seek. A Guru and Shishya, the bonding is very special. The bonding is not of learning. The bonding is not of teaching. The bonding is of seeking. The concept of seeking is of a higher pedestal than a mere learning or teaching. A Guru and Shishya only will have that relationship of seeking. But somehow the educational model, somehow the areas around us, the online models, offline models, Google. Many people, if you ask who's your Guru, they say it is Google. Because Google gives me everything. I just Google it, it is all in the fingertip. But for the young friends, sometimes we need to remind them, a Guru Shishya Parampara, that is the basis of our Bharat. That is the basis of Sanatana Dharma. That is the basis of our existence here in this wonderful country. The basis itself is seeking. It is not that anybody can become somebody's Guru. It is not that anybody can become somebody's Shishya. There is a certain bond that needs to be developed, a certain acceptance, or a certain seeking that needs to be established before a Guru and a Shishya bond gets developed. If you look at the Indian country as a whole, the Bharat as a nation, if you survey it from the north to south, from the great Kashmir, and even before that, the Afghanistan, Pakistan, or the extended Bharat, what we call the Akhand Bharat, till the tip of Kanyakumari, when we look at it in totality, a lot of Guru Shishya bond inspires us. A lot of Guru Shishya bond, different points of time, age old relationships, it inspires us. Even the great emperors, great kings who ruled our nation, if we take inspiration from them, from our history books, we always see the great kings and the emperors, they had a Rajguru along with them. No kings operated alone, no emperors operated alone. They all had a Rajguru with them, who operated them, who guided them, who counseled them, who gave them good piece of advice. So the kings knew what to do at what point of time. If you look at some of the great minds like Adi Shankara is not a distant person to us, born very close to us. He has traveled the whole area, he has traveled the length and breadth of Bharat. If you look at the history of Adi Shankara, we all know when Adi Shankara, at the age of 2, he started speaking Sanskrit very fluently. At the age of 4, he started reciting all the 4 holy Vedas. That is impossible for, if we can classify somebody as a human being. Age of 2, you start speaking fluent Sanskrit. Age of 4, you start speaking all the 4 Vedas. At the age of 12, he left his home. He took permission from his mother. He said he wants to seek, he wants to find his guru, he wants to travel this whole country length and breadth, he wants to walk, he wants to get an inspiration, he wants to find who he is, he wants to find what is he born for, he wants to find what he intends to do with his life. The journey from the age of 12, it took him across different parts of India. In the Narmada, mighty Narmada river, he found his guru, Govind Bhagavad Pada. He found his guru. But also he found his guru in the unlikeliest of circumstances. When his guru was meditating in a cave, when the Narmada was flooding, he was able to stop the flooding. So the guru find a Sishya, the Sishya find a guru. Then Adi Shankara's life became a transformational life. He was able to take out our Sanatana Dharma, go and spread it across the length and breadth of the country. He was not only able to spread it, he was also able to create, institutionalize the centers of learning in the north, south, east, and west, in the Sringeri, in Dwaraka, in Joshimat, in Puri, in all the 4 corners of our India. He was able to keep that institutionalized form of worship. He was able to create Sri Chakra. He was able to take Sanatana Dharma to the next level, especially when Sanatana Dharma was under severe threat. In Adi Shankara's time, we all know the concept of Sanatana Dharma, because of which we are sitting here, because of which we are in a traditional Guru Sishya Parampara, because of which we have a family bonding, because of which we live a very institutional life in a social setting. When it was under severe strain, Sanatana Dharma found itself an Adi Shankaracharya. Sanatana Dharma itself gave a guru to Adi Shankaracharya. So Guru Sishya Parampara, it made Adi Shankaracharya better. Though a person at the age of 2, he knows things. At the age of 4, he knows all the Vedas. At the age of 12, he had the courage and the audacity to leave his comfort zone, travel across the country, see things. But even then, they wanted a guru. No person is complete till he finds his guru. In fact, if I can go one step further and say, your life begins the day you understand who is your guru. Your life begins the day. Till then, it is an experimentation. Till then, it is seeking. Till then, it is finding. Till then, it is solace seeking. The day you find your guru, the same day you will come to know why are you born on this earth and what are you intending to do. This institution itself is a classic example of a Guru Sishya Parampara. Amma is there. If you look at our whole institution, it is all very highly accomplished human beings. The first 20, 30 years of their life, very highly accomplished. Very highly accomplished. We have an air commodore. We had somebody who worked in the very highest of technical institutions in the aircraft industry. We all have people here, people who, somebody left a job in US, they came here. So all these people who are sitting here are classic examples of Sishya. And the classic example of Sishya in your institution itself is you have Dean 1, Dean 2, Dean 3, you have Dean 3s and 3 deans in the campus. You have 3 directors in the campus, Director 1, Director 2, Director 3 in the campus. If I have to look at their salary statement, if I am requesting a register, can we have a look at the salary statement of all the eminent gentlemen who are sitting here? They don't draw a salary. They do all this as a service. They are in this institution because they want to further the knowledge. They want to take the knowledge to the next level. And they go by the original philosophy of Sanatana Dharma, which classifies our life into 4 parts. You can be a small kid, then you live a life of brahmachari, then you live a life of grihastha. The final life, you have to live your life away from all the worldly beings. Whatever you have earned, whatever name and fame you have created, whatever money that you have earned for yourself, or whatever accomplishments the world has given you, the final part of our life has to be away from all these worldly beings. That is why we say you go for vanavasa. You leave everything, you go to a forest. Doesn't mean All of us have to go to a forest and live. It didn't mean that way. All of us have to find a deep forest, find a tree, go find sit under the tree and start chanting Om Namah Shivaya. It didn't mean that. It meant the final part of our life is all about giving back. The final part of our life is all about detachment. That is what Vanavasa means. And exactly the eminent gentlemen who are sitting in the stage with me here, whom I'm having the privilege to share the stage with here, are part of that parampara, part of that Sanatana Dharma. That is why very eminently we can call all of them as very eminent Sishya of the great Amma. We can keep going examples after example. Swami Vivekananda, who is one of the single biggest inspiration for all the youth who are sitting here. Our life is not complete till we read Swami Vivekananda, imbibe his values. But even if we go into Swami Vivekananda's life, who made Swami Vivekananda? How did Narendranath Datta become Swami Vivekananda? He was a Narendranath Datta till 1881. 1881 is the year when he met his Guru, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Till he met his Guru, we are incomplete. We might have knowledge. We might have divine blessings. We are trying to understand what are we trying to do with our gift, do with our knowledge. Is it this knowledge is to be going to put because we need to earn money for ourselves? Are we going to use the knowledge that we have earned to further our pride and accomplishments? Are we using this to gain name and fame for ourselves? Swami Vivekananda was also a person like that till 1881. He was trying to understand what is he trying to do with his life. But many a times we all know the Guru Sishya meeting is mostly accidental. The old Chinese proverb says, when the student is ready, the master will come. Many times we keep wondering, who's my master? Is my master coming? Is he my master? Is my master? The very famous Chinese proverb goes by this adage, when the student is ready, the master will arrive, the master will come. Many times it is we, the Sishyas, who try to make sure that we are ready for that moment. It is exactly like that Narendra Datta, 1881, accidentally, he met Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. The next, he didn't get much time with his Guru. He got about 5 years before Ramakrishna Paramahamsa passed away. That 5 years transformed his life, everything. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was a great man, we all know, after whose name we all have different. Now, Ramakrishna order is there. We are trying and find the highest state of the human elevation. We try and seek from him. But when Swami Vivekananda met him as Narendra Datta, it was more about trying to learn a technique so that he will live his life peacefully. Or trying to learn specifically the technique of Nirvilkapa Samadhi. So that once he understands, Narendra Datta felt he can elevate himself from the other human beings and live his life of bliss. But Ramakrishna Paramahamsa never taught him what Nirvilkapa Samadhi is. He said, don't need at this point of time. You don't need it. Your life is destined for something else. Your life is not meant to sit with me, understand this technique of samadhi, which is part of a yoga, maybe the highest state of yogic presence. Learn samadhi, sit here, do meditation in Belur or in Calcutta, and then seek happiness for yourself and live your life of contentment. Your life is not meant to be that. Your life is something else. You are not supposed to learn samadhi now. Your life is supposed to uplift souls, supposed to travel, meet people, elevate human potential and possibilities. The 5 years he spent with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, it made Swami Narendra Datta to transform into Swami Vivekananda. It gave him the highest possible existence of life, the status where you meet all the human beings, inspire them. That took Swami Vivekananda after his Guru died. 1893, he went to Chicago, the World Parliament of Religions. Not only that, he traveled two major travels, one to America, one to Europe till 1902. Then he came back. Again, he traveled across the length and breadth of our country. He inspired human beings. He made them to see higher possibilities. He made many human beings to come out of mundane lives. He made human beings to live a life of a coexistence, live a life of harmony, live a life that is of useful to the other human being. So we have to understand the transformation of Swami Vivekananda happened after he met his Guru, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. We also have one more gentleman with the name Narendra Datta. There was one Narendra Datta who was born much before. There was another Narendra who was born in 1950 in a small town in Gujarat. This Narendra also wanted to seek a guru. This Narendra also felt This Narendra also felt he needs to join Ramakrishna mission. This Narendra also felt that he has to live his life of service. This Narendra attempted two times in his life to take the life of a monk. 1950, after he was born, his life took him to different places. At the age of 17, he left his home, wandered around the country, saw Himalayas, traveled extensively to Belur, got inspired there, came back to his home at the age of 19, lived in his home for one night. After his travel, he came to his home, lived for one night, ate his mother's meal for dinner. Next day morning, he told his mother, I'm leaving. Then he joined the Sangha. He was doing a lot of phenomenal social work. Emergency came. He felt he doesn't want a life of this. He wanted a life of peaceful coexistence. He wanted to be a monk, wanted to get into Ramakrishna order. Went to Rajkot, met Swami Astamayanda, told him, accept me as your disciple. I wanted to be a monk. The Swami told him, the same thing what Ramakrishna Paramahansa said to Swami Vivekananda in 1881. The Swami told this Narendra, who we call as Narendra Modi now, who is the Prime Minister of our country, he said, your life is not meant to be a monk. Your life is not meant to be a monk. Your life is something different. So I am not going to admit you as my disciple. And neither is the Ramakrishna order going to admit you. And where we become a monk with us, your life is a life of changing millions and crores of people's destiny. Go and find that life. Went out. After 7 years, again he came back. Again he said, I want to become a monk. Again the Swamiji said, I am not going to admit you. You got to find your reason for birth. The moment you find it, crores of people's life is going to get transformed. You are a chosen one from the God, which I can understand. Your place is not among us or not to be a monk. Now, we all know the Prime Minister of our country, Narendra Modi, now. 72, 1950 born. Two times he was not allowed to enter and become a monk, become a disciple. Then probably Narendra Modi ji found out his life's true calling. At the age of 35, 1985, he joined the BJP party in Gujarat. Then the rest is history. Now we are looking at a man for 22 years continuously. Nobody in a democratic setup was either the chief minister or the prime minister of a nation. Nobody in the democratic setup is 22 years and counting and still is changing lives of transformation. Again, the point I'm trying to make here is the role of Guru in everybody's life, how they transform you from a normal person or probably a person with potential but not sure what to do with that potential and elevating you to a larger life. Again, if you get into Mahabharata, Mahabharata is a very beautiful story. It is not a story of war. It is not a story of 18 days war. It is not a story of human emotion. It is a story that is much higher. It is a story that is the essential of Sanatana Dharma itself. We all know Guru Dronacharya. Guru Dronacharya, when any disciple meets a guru, when he wants to learn, when he or she, the guru's mandate is to teach them without seeing their race, religion, color, or their status. That is the essential quality of being a guru. Both the Kauravas and the Pandavas learned their art from Dronacharya. But naturally, there could be some disciples who excel in their art, like Arjuna or Ekalavya, who excels in their art, who become masters in it. And you all know the Mahabharata war where uncles fought against nephews, they fought against cousin. It's a great story about human emotion, human tribulations, with the core essence of Sanatana Dharma, whether means is more important than ends or ends are more important than means. Why do you live a life? Why do you want to live a life? What is the larger purpose of life? The whole Mahabharata war for 18 days, it beautifully covers it. But the important points inside the story. Dronacharya, Ekalavya. Ekalavya, we all know, is a great warrior. But Ekalavya has to sacrifice his thumb. He has to give his thumb, which made him immobile, which made all the art that he has learned, the art of archery, which he was excelling, one of the best at it, but he has to sacrifice his thumb for the Guru, for the simple reason his Guru felt which of his Sishya can contribute more to humanity in a righteous and a just war. So everybody accepted the Guru without saying anything. Ekalavya without even a faint murmur. He simply accepted. He said, okay, if my Guru is asking, it should be true. The Guru wants my thumb, I'm going to give my thumb, which is making my whole art redundant, which is going to make me immobile, by which I cannot carry a bow and an arrow and fire arrows at will. He sacrifices thumb. Because his guru felt, again in the context of Mahabharata, it is for us to judge what Dronacharya did is right or wrong. Was he a right guru or a wrong guru? In what context he made Ekaliva to sacrifice his thumb? In what context the favor was given to Arjuna? In what context the scales of war got shifted? Because they felt one side of the war party had righteousness with it. The other side of the war did not have righteousness with it. So righteous side, the Arjuna side. Again, Arjuna had a guru, Lord Krishna, where Arjuna was saying, look, I've learned everything. I know warcraft. I can take anybody anywhere in the world. I have a lot of astras with me. But I am not willing to kill my own blood. I am not willing to kill my own uncles. I don't have the courage to do it. It is Lord Krishna who has to go one step further and be a guru in the battlefield, which is the whole essence of Bhagavad Gita, the Gita discourse, which is very subtle, very deep, where Lord Krishna has to play the role of a charioteer. When he shifted Arjuna in his chariot, they were going towards the war. In the heat of war, when Arjuna refused to fight, there Lord Krishna has to change his role to guru and advise Arjuna, guide Arjuna, tell Arjuna what to do. Thereby the Mahabharata war came to a conclusion. So if we keep understanding the whole life, the great eminent people in terms of Guru Shishya Parampara, many things we understand that it is Guru who shapes us as good human beings, who gives us that vitality, who gives the completion of our life. In fact, as I said earlier, who gives the meaning to your life, or probably for you, the day you find your Guru, then probably that is the day your life starts. Now coming to the second question, how to find your Guru? Very important question. Who is your Guru? Is teacher your Guru? You are spending 4-5 years of your life inside the Etimani campus. Is your Guru somewhere here? Can father and mother be a Guru? If that is the case, why do we say Mada, Pita, Guru and Daivam? Why have we kept Guru one step above Daivam? So how to find your Guru? We can give examples after examples to tell you, this people had a Guru, this people had his life changed because of a Guru. But the most important and the pertinent question now is how to find your Guru. To find a Guru, we all have to seek. No Guru comes to you. Or as I said, the Chinese proverb, the adage, when the student is ready, the master will come. Even in that, the student has to be ready. The student is ready only when the student gets into the position of seeking. In fact, Alive, which we have inaugurated just now, which they gave an introduction for, I fundamentally believe if we start using Alive, the initiative properly, it will only help you, the students, to seek what you want in life. If I ask all the students who are sitting here, how many of you exactly know what you want to do in life? Possibly not many. Even if you think that I exactly know this is what I want to do it in my life, maybe 1-2 years from now, when you graduate outside this campus, when you get into the real world will start testing you because we haven't seen much things in life. We have lived a very secluded life, born to a father and mother, probably a privileged parents, and life has brought you to a very fabulous Etimadai campus right under the mountain, and you live 3 to 4 years of your life here, whatever discipline you do. But these are all very small part of your life that you have seen, very small part, very organized part, a life that is almost cultured, conditioned, which is helping you to live like this. With this, if you think you have made a decision about your life, I'm so sorry that you are very sadly mistaken. I also made this mistake. When I was in your age, when I was doing my engineering, I also felt I have to do this. Many people ask me, what do you want to do? I said, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I felt my education is not complete. Maybe I want to start a company in Coimbatore and give employment to people, start making products, sell it. Then life took me to my MBA, which was in Lucknow, which was in Uttar Pradesh. 2008 UP is much different from what is there in 2022 UP. That is much different. So that gave me a different idea of India, different idea of our fellow people, different idea of why are we living, different idea of what are we going to do with our knowledge. Though it was also a campus which was producing brilliant individuals, who are going out of the campus, getting placements, earning 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore per annum, which was on the higher side. The same campus made me not to sit for placements because I felt after reaching there, staying in UP for 2 years, doing my course, I felt this is not the place where I was born, where I lived pretty much 20 years of my life. That was more an ordered life. This is not that. People kill here for 50 rupees and people live very different lives than me. I am no more a person to go there and judge people. People live lives of their conditioning, their existence. Then I felt possibly this life is meant to find something truly beyond studies, truly beyond a degree. Somebody said a degree is a mere piece of paper with ink printed, with the grades printed. And probably even if you have come first in the class, it is only relative. You have come first in the class at this point of time among the 100 people in your class, relative to you, relative to your circumstance, who God has positioned here. But when we put you out in the open world, in the whole universe, under the whole cosmos, then probably you understand it's a bigger people out there, probably a larger data field out there. The ranks don't matter. Rank is only a relative term within the campus. So that is why a degree we call that as a mere piece of paper with something printed on it. So moment you think that you know what exactly you want to do in your life without traveling, seeking, learning, trying to meet more people, making mistakes, going through life's challenges, probably reaching the success, the failures of life, till then it's a testing cycle for us. But to seek a guru, you should be willing to brave it out. It is not that guru will come when we are in our comfort zone. No guru comes when we sit in our comfort zone. You got to leave your comfort zone. Many of them left comfort zone. Somebody has resigned a job. Somebody has left a job in high paying job in US. He wants to change his whole life's meaning. He came here. Somebody is here because at the age of 20, they decided to be a brahmachari. They decided not to get into the worldly ways of life. They wanted to completely dedicate themselves for a larger cause. All those people have come out of comfort zone. Since they have chosen to come out of comfort zone, they were able to find their guru. Their guru need not be your guru. Your guru need not be their guru. Each guru is tailor-made for you. Universe has made a sishya. The universe has made a guru. The universe is waiting for time and place so that the guru and the sishyas get connected. So my humble request to all of you is go out of your comfort zone. Just sail out of your comfort zone. You are not going to get a scratch. The blood is not going to ooze out of your hands or from your legs or from your palm. The moment you decide to go out of your comfort zone, put yourself through the testing phase. Trust me, believe me, that is when the meaning of life slowly opens up to you. Then you find probably why God placed you in Amrita. You could have gone to some other college. You could have gone to some other state. Or probably you could have gone to an IIT. Or probably you could have gone to XYZ. Or probably, but why Amrita? Then you understand everything has a reason. It is nothing comes out of ordinary. Everything has a reason. The, the day you came to Amrita, there were some universal forces at play which made you to come to Amrita. So you might have choices in front of you, but the universe brought you to Amrita. Again, in this space, I'm using the word called Amrita because all of us are sitting, standing in the campus and talking now. So we don't understand this connection till you go out, put yourself bravely out in the world, challenge yourself, try and find why did you do something till now? Because the universe wants you to do something from now on for which what you did till now matters. Again, I'm repeating what I'm saying. Only when you go out of your comfort zone into the real world, trying to understand what you do, that discomfort will only teach you why you did what you did till now because it helps you to do what you want to do in the future. So, this karmic connection, when you go out your comfort zone, when you start seeking, trust me, believe me, your guru will come to you. Your guru will guide you. Your guru will tell you, he or she, what exactly is the larger purpose of your life and where you want to go. In fact, again, when we look at our history, we look at great emperors. The history books is kind is very kind enough to a lot of great emperors who lived among us. Pages and pages are dedicated to us. But somehow, the education model, especially in Tamil Nadu and other parts of India, education model is not based on the Guru Shishya Parampara. The education model doesn't focus much on the Guru Shishya itself. When you read your textbooks, when you read your college textbook or your school textbooks, you don't see much about Guru Shishya in the textbook. Textbooks is more about teaching. There is a teacher and there is a school. You go in the morning, you get taught, you come back in the evening, there is a school bus which will drop you. But in the pages where some of the greatest emperors are mentioned, when we look at Chandragupta Maurya, one of the greatest emperor, but the story about Kautilya is written very less. But Kautilya, who was his guru, who motivated Emperor Chandragupta Maurya to start a dynasty which ruled pretty much the whole of India, which pretty much traveled to the east and west of our country. But Kautilya's role is very important. That is why Kautilya had to write a book called the Arthasastra for his king to guide him on the nuances of administration, nuances of dealing with people, because a guru, more than a Sishya, he had to write a book which we read now. Again, if we go back, not only here, when we jump two, three continents, when we enter into the European continent, the very famous book called The Prince, which we call written by Machiavelli for his prince who was getting into administration. Machiavelli has to write a book called The Prince, which is right or wrong in our own way. Again, an essential guiding philosophical document by the Guru for his Sishya because he wanted his Sishya to follow this. Again, the great Vijayanagara kingdom. When we go to the Vijayanagara kingdom, which was instituted by Hakka and Bukka, we all know the great names of Vijayanagara kingdom who came much later, who fought some of the greatest wars against the Islamic invasion, against the different invasions, who gave us the beautiful Hampi, who gave us some of the beautiful administrative points, but which was founded by the Hakka and Bukka. They had a Rajaguru called the Vidyaranya. And Vidyaranya, the first Rajaguru to Hakka and Bukka, he guided Hakka and Bukka not only to create a dynasty, not only to create a Vijayanagara empire, but also to create an empire which was lasting for centuries. The each subsequent king who came after Hakka and Bukka, like Vidyaranya, each had a guru to guide them. The eminent name Rajaguru was given to them. The prime minister, the president, wherever you go, they all have Rajagurus whom they have accepted as their guru, as their moral philosopher to guide them in times of crisis, to guide them in times of opportunities, to guide them in making decisions that benefit humanity as a large. So, my request to you, brothers and sisters who are sitting here, to start the process of finding your guru, to start finding the meaning of your life, to start finding why God has created you, to start finding a life of meaning. And more than that, faster you find it, better all the tensions are. Because right now, we live in a very competitive world. As we speak now, I'm sure there could be some faculty members sitting here would be pushing you to attend some workshops or something which will help you in your placements. It must be true. Because third year, fourth year placement is coming. Amrita has to achieve 100% of their placements, correct? Is it true? There will be a placement coordinator sitting in this group. It should be true, correct? There will be a placement coordinator here, probably the CSR head, who will tell you, come on, you got to attend that extra workshop, you got to get 10% placement. True, they are doing their role of an educational institution that you got to get placed 100%. But if one of you among the students here who takes a bit of time, who goes to the placement office, sits with the placement officer and say, sir, I want the details of last 20 years in Amrita, the students who got placement. I want the details. And probably you want the phone numbers of all your alumni last 20 years from this campus who got a placement. And probably if a group of friends has got time, you call each of your alumni and ask them, where did you get placed from campus? They will say X company. How long were you in the X company? They will say 2 years. Why did you leave the company? They said, it is not the meaning of my life. I felt bored, I didn't feel happy, I want to do something else. Then probably if you ask your alumni, how many companies you have shifted? Now the numbers are in double digits. There is no more a single digit number now. People are already into double digit shifting of companies. It is the age old time when people join one company, stick with it for 35, 40 years, they come out unscathed. Now, when you ask your alumni yourself, how many companies you shifted? Do you find happiness? Do you find joy? Do you feel all the money that you're earning? How much of it is going into paying EMIs? How much of it is going into paying EMIs for your flat, for your car? You will find most of them live unhappy lives. The money that you earn, the company that you work, doesn't have any direct proportion to the happiness that you get. The happiness comes in only when you find the true meaning of your life. So, probably when you do this exercise, some of you are bold enough after I leave this talk, bold enough to approach a placement officer and ask him, Sir, I want the data. The gentleman speaker who came, he gave all this. I want to check whether it is true or not. I want to put an email to all my alumni, document their life after Amrita. Or any campus, you take any campus randomly. I want to document their 20 years of life, trying to find at which point of time they found happiness. You'll be very surprised. There is a course in Harvard. There is a course in Harvard trying to find the happiness. Course in Harvard which teaches you how to find happiness with complex mathematical model. Or there is a course by the very famous professor. The name of the course is What Money Can't Buy by a very great professor called Michael Sandel. Michael Sandel is one of the greatest philosophical professors of our time who teaches in Harvard, Stanford, and all some of the best institutions in the country, in the world. The course itself is What Money Can't Buy. So if you go to some of the best campuses in the world, no more they teach humanities, no more they teach technical, no more they teach engineering, no more they teach cutting edge science. Some of the great universities in the world have already got into philosophy now. They've already started teaching philosophy. Now, many of the students, the credits, if you see in many of the campuses, more than 50% credits they're giving to philosophical courses, trying to understand what is my life, trying to understand what is the happiness in my life, trying to understand, like Professor Michael Sandel, his course can, you just Google after the speech, Professor Michael Sandel, and his course is one of the highly rated. Not everybody gets a seat. There is a big fight on the campus to get into Michael Sandel's course. He has written a book also for people who can't get into that. He has put all his lectures online for free. You can see all his Michael Sandel's lecture online on YouTube. You can buy a book which goes by the same name, What Money Can't Buy. You can read it. The reason I'm trying to tell you, brothers and sisters, is you should not make the mistake that we made. If we have made about 7, 10 years of our life experimenting with life, doing an MBA, doing an engineering, trying to do what we want, then probably doing a job, going there, coming here, trying to see what gives us happiness, you need not travel in the same path. You need not travel. You can be bold enough to risk your life, bold enough to come out of your comfort zone, bold enough to understand what is your life meant for. That is the time, trust me, a guru comes. A guru comes only when we have a certain sense of clarity. And it is not that you will accept your guru. In the case of Narendra Datta, later Swami Vivekananda, he tested his guru. He tested his guru. He asked Swami Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, is it true? Are you really a monk? People say you don't touch money. Can I check it? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, look, I have crossed my material desires. Money doesn't matter for me. In my mind, 1 paisa is equal to 1,000 crore. I don't see a value difference between both. I treat both same. When a person in his highest state of emotion treats 1 paisa and 1,000 crore in the same way, for him money doesn't matter. There is this very famous story where Swami Vivekananda, Narendra Datta wanted to test Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So one day, when his guru was not there, he put some coins under his guru's bed. He was observing when Ramakrishna Paramahamsa comes inside the room, when he sits on top of that cloth, what will his mind say? When Ramakrishna Paramahamsa entered the room, when he sat on that bedsheet, immediately he started jumping. He's like, there is something under this. I could feel it in my body. See what it is. Then Swami Vivekananda took his bedsheet. He said, there are coins inside, money. So likewise, It is not that Swami Vivekananda just accepted Ramakrishna Paramahamsa because he's a great man, a great monk. I will accept him as Guru. The testing phase happens. It is not that. Not that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa accepted Narendra Datta at the Sishya because for him also a test happened. He said, what do you want to do? Narendra Datta said, I lost my father. I want to make money. How do I make money? Teach me. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said to him, see, there is a very famous Kali. Go pray to Kali. Kali will give you money. Narendra Datta went to Kali temple, looked at Kali, prayed, I want money. No money. Finally, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa asked him, why you are not getting your money? You are playing Kali, right? Kali should give you money. Sorry. You are worshipping Kali. Kali should give you money. You are asking for money. Why are you not getting the money? Then Narendra Datta said, Guruji, whenever I went before Kali, whenever I wanted to ask money, the moment I saw Kali, the thought of asking money never came. I became blank in front of Kali. So how can I ask money? So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa told, that is a lesson for you. Your life is not meant to be like a merchant, where you will count money, seek happiness in money, seek pleasure in money. So this is a path God is trying to show you through Kali, that your life has to transcend money. In fact, for Chicago also, when Swami Vivekananda was supposed to go for 1893, it is not that Swami Vivekananda got an invitation. The Ramanathapuram king from Tamil Nadu got that invitation. He was asked to come to the World Parliament of Religions to talk about Hinduism, to talk about Sanatana Dharma. So Swami Vivekananda never got that invitation. When the Ramanathapuram Maharaja got that invitation, he felt, I am not the person to represent the Sanatana Dharma or this Hinduism in Chicago, in the World Parliament of Religion. He felt there should be a monk, a true believer in Sanatana Dharma, who should represent one of the greatest religion in the world, in the World Parliament of Religion. Then the Ramanathapuram Maharaja hunted for Swami Vivekananda, got him, brought him to his palace, gave him money to travel to Chicago. The rest is history. When Swami Vivekananda, after he traveled back from Chicago, the one condition Swamiji had was that he has to enter India via Kundukal. Kundukal is a place in the coastal part of Tamil Nadu. That is the only condition Maharaja put. After your great lectures in Chicago, where he spoke about the greatness of Sanatana Dharma, the virtues of Hindu religion, your padam, your lotus feet should touch Tamil soil, should touch this soil before entering India. That is the only condition, which Swami Vivekananda accepted. When he came back, he landed in Kundukal. And again, the second condition the Maharaja put is that your feet should not touch the soil. Your feet should touch my head. You should land on my head. He's a great man with a lot of money, with a territory, with a king, a royal title. But in front of knowledge, in front of wisdom, in front of a monk, in front of a true Sishya, he bent his head. He said, you should touch my head and land on this, which Swami Vivekananda did not accept. Vivekananda said, no, I am not putting my leg on your head. I am going to put my leg here. Even now, when you go to Kundukal, Ramakrishna Mission maintains a very beautiful property, very beautiful place. You can do lovely meditation. It is in Ramanathapuram district. I request you, whenever you find time, to travel to that part of Tamil Nadu, to seek Kundukal, to seek the Ramakrishna Mission's building, to go there, find the exact place where Swami Vivekananda landed back into our country, put his first foot there, and do meditation. So the cycle is Vivekananda in 1881 where, to Vivekananda in 1893 where, the dramatic transformation, who wants money because his father died, to a person who was willing to transcend beyond that to live his life on purity for the human soul elevation. That's a remarkable story. That is why, brothers and sisters, though I keep shuffling between history, shuffling between what is happening now, shuffling between a bit of philosophy, but the essential thing is, gurus have shaped our nation without a doubt. Reason because gurus have shaped human beings, and human beings have shaped our nation. So without guru, none of it is possible. My last bit of advice is, when we look at campuses now, many campuses have become places of competition. Places of competition. I compete with you, you compete with me. Somehow we take that competition into real world. Somehow we take that competition into jobs. That is the main reason for us leaving jobs. After that story of 20 years of your alumni who have left jobs, probably when you sit down with your faculty members, try and understand why did people leave so many jobs. Probably you will understand many of them took their competitiveness from the campus into their job also. Competitiveness means they're giving you 12 lakh salary. Let us imagine in a company 1 lakh per month. Let us take this as an example. Your life is perfectly fine. You are living within your means. You have a family. You are taking care of it. But why do you want that next 3 lakhs? Only because that money is extra. Maybe you want to go to that company. You're shifting. Then probably after 2 years, you want that extra another 10 lakhs more because you can make your material comfort more. You go there. This is exactly Swami Vivekananda. He describes human mind. He says a human mind is like a monkey. Monkeys are good. Monkeys are not bad. Monkeys they jump from place to place. Monkeys are okay. And many a time we have monkey gods also. True God, we worship them. And Vivekananda he goes one step further. He says it is not an ordinary monkey, but a drunk monkey. A monkey which is drunk toddy, which is drunk. Toddy monkey is also okay. Sometimes it is abnormal, sometimes it is normal. So chalega. And Vivekananda he goes one step further. He says not a drunken monkey, it is a monkey that is drunk, after that bitten by a scorpion. Just imagine, three things are happening. Monkey, the nature itself is jumping. That monkey is drunk, and that monkey is bitten by a scorpion in a tree. Just imagine the level of uncertainty and panic that monkey will have. So Vivekananda says, a human mind, if it is not conditioned well, he says your mind is worse than a drunken monkey bitten by a scorpion. The essence of Vivekananda, the depth of his teaching when he compares human mind, or when he has written the very beautiful treatise for Yoga Sutra, the first English treatise written by Swami Vivekananda himself for Yoga Sutra, especially the first sutra where it talks about mind. It talks about the mind is much worse than a drunken monkey bitten by a scorpion. With this mind, when we get into the real world, when we get into a job, when we get into this competition world, just imagine how miserable our lives will be. How miserable our lives will be. Switching jobs, giving more time to a company. Many people live unhappy lives because they're not able to give time to their family. 18 hours, 19 hours, 20 hours goes into a job because you got to earn that promotion, get into the next thing, because you want to earn the brownie point among your colleagues because they say you are hardworking, you are a great person. Some total of it, at the age of 35, 40, we become very blank about life. We don't know what to do. The money is there in the bank account, but the money will not have any use for you. There could be 1 crore, 3 crore, 10 crore, 50 crore in the bank account, but what are we going to do with that money if our life has become hollow? If you live a meaningless life, when the only aim is to switch jobs, the only aim is to earn, live a very small life in a villa. Probably there are 10 villas inside a campus. There are neighbors to you. Which joy are we going to find? We are not going to find any joy. People, gentlemen who are sitting on top of this hall in the chair, they're very joyful. They're very blissful because they have transcended that concept of money defining their life, or transcended the concept of rank defining their lives, or transcended the concept of their colleagues defining their lives. They have defined their life as a life of meaning. This shift is very important to us. You might see, oh, Parameshwaranji is very strict. Our dean is very strict. Or probably some gentleman who's sitting in the row is very strict. You might see. But their concept of strictness is because, I don't know whether they're strict or not, but being strict is not wrong. They should be strict, which I believe now. Being strict is not to harm us. Being strict is to help us to guide, help us to push into that path where you truly find what is your destiny. What is your destiny? So, last 50 minutes I'm speaking about this subject. Still, many people haven't left this room itself is a miracle. That shows that you all have a very inquisitive mind. These are all not very ordinary topics to speak. Not very ordinary topics to speak. These are not very motivational lectures. You come, you say, you do this. These are all highly philosophical. Highly philosophical. It needs a mature mind. It needs an open mind. It needs an inquisitive mind to at least understand and appreciate what we are trying to do to each other. So thank you for that. Even after 50 minutes, you sitting strong here means that you all have that mind already. You are already in that path. Your mind is already thinking, what is he speaking? What is he telling? What is he talking about? Guru, who is my guru? How do I find my guru? My plan is to get to US or probably to a higher study. Nothing wrong. Maybe you will find your guru there. Or my plan is to get into civil service. You will find your guru there. But provided if it becomes a life of service, not a life of servitude to an organization, to a corporate company, or to somebody where we are just being like a bondage there to earn money to gain our prestige. So I humbly submit my thoughts to you. It's a Guru Sishya Parambara, some of the greatest achievers in our country, in Bharat. They all had gurus who guided them. A guru essentially is more like giving you that 1 degree shift. If an airplane which is starting from Coimbatore today, the pilot will say, no, 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 no. I am going to just take off with a ½ degree shift towards right. Let us imagine the pilot is telling, no, I am a skilled pilot. It's a beautiful aircraft, highly maintained aircraft. 216 passengers are sitting inside. The plane is supposed to go from Coimbatore to Calcutta. But somehow the pilot, in his wisdom, says, I am going to take a ½ degree shift in my life. The takeoff will be ½ degree. If the plane deviates ½ degree from the starting point, my dear brothers and sisters, probably he might land in Vietnam or Indonesia, probably somewhere else, but not in Calcutta. So our life is all about that ½ degree shift. The small mistakes, the small shifts we take, the small decisions we make without fully not understanding the gravity of our life. So let us seek our Guru. Let us seek our Guru by paying our dakshina, by being a good seeker, by keeping an open mind, so that we don't take that ½ degree shift. Even if we take that ½ degree shift, it should be a shift with a purpose. Maybe accidentally that ½ degree might take you to a new place, agreed. But that has to be with meaning, not because of an ego I am taking an ½ degree shift. So I hope and pray under the lotus feet of Amma that you all should find your Guru very soon. And that Guru should guide you. And Guru deserves a dakshana. No Guru works for free. In this material world, dakshana doesn't mean a check or an ATM card transaction or a Paytm or a Google Pay, where you put it to your Guru's cell phone and say, my dakshana is done. The dakshana is something more. Dakshana is giving a thumb. A dakshana is beyond that also. Sometimes when the Guru feels that you have to live your life of this out of your comfort zone, which Ramakrishna Paramahamsa told Swami Vivekananda, do this, which Swami Vivekananda are willing to do that out of his comfort zone. That is a dakshana for your Guru. Many a time what you hear from your Guru will not be pleasing to your ears, will not be nice. You will not feel happy. But if you trust that Guru, you got to trust that wisdom. Because the Guru knows something which your mind doesn't know now because your mind is clouded. It is like a monkey, a drunk monkey bitten by a scorpion. So many a time, even when you find a Guru, please don't allow your self-doubt to overtake the wisdom of that Guru. Sometimes trust him or her fully. Even if it is inconvenient, you trust it. Because it will take you to a place where you are supposed to go, where your destiny is supposed to take you. Trust that process, trust the karmic connection, find out that Guru faster, develop that mind of seeking, and, and live a life of joy, happiness, blissfulness, of meaning to others. Last but not the least, I have to thank the volunteers from We the Leaders Foundation. We the Leaders Foundation is purely run by these volunteers like them. Somebody is an architect, somebody is a doctor standing there, somebody is a businessman, somebody is an engineer, but they all chose to give their time. I call myself as only a mentor, and I don't call myself as a chairman or a leader. Somebody, I'm one among them, they're one among me, and one among us. So these people have decided to give a part of their time to a foundation which is trying to do something that is greater than our life's existence. Maybe change somebody's farming habits, change somebody's reading habits, change somebody's learning habits, create a dialogue oriented development where people will talk among themselves and decide what kind of development model they want. So all the gentlemen standing in the white shirts, I really appreciate them. I really thank them for keeping this foundation running, for giving me an opportunity to come and meet you in this wonderful Amrita campus. So with this, my pranams to all the Guruji sitting here, my humble pranams to Amma. So you all should find your Guru sooner. Thank you so much. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
So, absolutely awe-inspiring and motivational speech. So, we have time for a few questions. Please ask the youth.
Good
Yeah,
morning, sir.
please introduce yourself and ask the question.
I'm Ananya R from second year CSE.
Yeah, go on, go on.
Good morning, sir. It's our privilege to have you here. So, when students join college, their cognitive skills, emotional skills, and linguistic skills and the personality traits have already been developed. So, when we join college, what what other skills can we develop? As an individual, what skills can we develop further in our college life?
It's a very deep question what our sister is asking. I enter a campus by about age of 17, 18. By the time I enter the campus, many of my neural connections is established in my brain, which we call this plasticity, the brain plasticity, what we call the neurophysics. So my mind is already set by virtue of my 20 years of life or 17 years of life. So how can I better use the 4 years of my campus to develop new skills? In the age-old tradition, Guru Parambara, Guru Shishya Parambara, the students are supposed to go very early in their life. Unlike now, where we come to a campus at 17 years or in a school we go up and down, day scholar, hostler. So the parents leave their son or daughter to a guru, and that person stays with that guru 14 years, 15 years, till the guru teaches them everything. Then later the Shishya comes out in the real world. That is the essence of Guru Shishya Parampara. Even now, there are some schools in Coimbatore, in Tamil Nadu, in other parts of India, which is run on the Guru Shishya Parampara, where you leave a child at the age of 6, age of 7 to a school. The school takes you inside. Even I think the Amritandamai school also has bit on that side. There are some schools here. And then you live there with a certain break in between. It is all model. And the house teacher says inside the school, inside the hostel, where they call the house teacher, meaning the smaller guru, who's with you all the time. But we didn't have a choice. We all at the age of 17, 18 have decided to come to a campus. Now what can I do? Yes, you can do many great things now. The only thing is you got to tell your mind, life is a continuous process of learning. Life is a continuous process of seeking. If I ask the library inside here, probably if I ask the librarian, sir, how many students among the 24,000 students in the campus in Etimadai have come to library? Probably the librarian will say, except the library classes where we all are supposed to go, see the librarian, see them and come back. Probably the librarian might say, regular students among the 24,000 would be less than 1,000. I'm just giving a number. I hope Amrita Institute is better than that. Among the students who come to the library, how many students have picked up a book that is not their subject book? A sister is a computer science graduate. Now blockchain and new things are there. Probably you might find that book and read it. If I ask the question, how many of you have picked up a book that is beyond your traditional learning? The numbers might come down to very few. So this is one area where I believe the seeking comes. The seeking comes. Where you can truly utilize this 4 years. Maybe some people are giving sound at the back, I don't know. Where you're trying to tell me that all of you have gone to the library, all of you have picked up a book beyond your subject, and all of you are trying to read it. If that is the case, I'm very happy for you. So this is one area where you can really, really contribute, where you can try to seek. The library is here. Some of the greatest books are right inside. The second area is a college is the only place where people accept you without judgment. Suppose you are standing up here, taking a mic, and you are speaking. Nobody will judge you. Nobody will judge you. The moment you leave the campus, you go to a corporate company, take a mic and speak. Everybody will say, why is this person speaking? This person is speaking because he wants to become closer to the chairman, or probably they want to get promotion. Why is he speaking? So everywhere in life, judgment comes. College is the only place where people don't judge you. People see you as their friend. People see you as their brother. People see you as their sister. People see you as their colleague. So that is something we all should learn from college. But without judgment, we can improve our skills. Somebody doesn't know English. You can tell your teacher, when this gentleman annamalai is coming, why should the professor give the word of thanks, or why should the professor give welcome address? As a student, why can't I give welcome address to annamalai? In front of this many people, if I speak, my stage fear is gone. Fantastic suggestion. But you have to meet your guru and request them. Sir, I've come here. I'm not good in English. I'm not good in stage speaking. Can you give me that opportunity where I go to a stage? Give a welcome address to the guest who is here, because I know I have done it. My English was not good. Very bad, probably above average. But I thought the only way I can learn better English or probably overcome the stage fear is request my school teacher daily morning, can you allow me in the assembly where I can read the newspaper? Second stage, there little bit of fear is gone. Stage two. Then in college, you request the professor, will you allow me to go and give the welcome address? I told the professor, the first welcome address, people will laugh because I am half them afraid. I might forget lines. I might still see a piece of paper and read it. It's okay. It's okay. You are here to make mistakes. We are here not to judge you. We are here to make you as well-rounded human beings and fantastic individuals. Or possibly, can I give a vote of thanks? We don't need flowery vote of thanks. We don't need flowery welcome address. All we need is a person coming here. If you have the courage to come here, in this mic, stand here and talk. I think it is 2 years of your learning that you will get here by standing here. Any of the students there, probably next time, if you think you have a bit of stage fear, I don't know how to speak, please use this opportunity in campus. Request your teachers. The teachers or your gurus, they will allow you. Come and speak. Even when the Prime Minister is coming, sitting here, you give the welcome address for the Prime Minister. What great stage you will get beyond that. All your fear is gone. There's no more fear. You might come, you might, with trepidation, you might walk into the stage with fear. The moment you walk out the stage, you are a different man. You are entering the stage as Narendra Datta. You are walking down as Swami Vivekananda. That will be your life. So that is the second thing you can learn, where without judgment, people accept you. The third thing is you can work on what you want to do in life. You want to become this? Do you have the skills? You might not have the skills. You can work on it. So I would say, even if the neurons are formed, even if the brain plasticity is there, which has achieved a certain degree of maybe 70-80% of formation, but still college often offers you the place where you can explore life, you can seek things, you can become a seeker all throughout. So I hope and pray that all of you try and do it, because I haven't done it. I did a little bit here and there. After coming out of college, I felt I should have used my library better. I should have read books there. I didn't go often to my library. That was a mistake. That is after the campus we all felt. But we have utilized some part of the campus by taking the stage fear out and everything. I hope you will use the 4 years of your life purposefully, because it is not going to come back. Maybe after you graduate, you call up Professor Parameshwaran here, you tell him, sir, I graduated in 2022. 2024, I felt I should have utilized the campus properly. Can you give me three months inside? The first thing he will say is get out. Because we are respected till we are inside the campus. After you go out, you are an alumni. You are no more a student. So use it till you are inside. Moment you go out, you don't get the same degree of independence like how students get here. Thank you.
Next. Next question. Please
So good
introduce
morning, sir.
yourself.
So good morning, sir. I am Hariharan from Chennai. I'm doing my second year in aerospace engineering. Sir, it's very glad to meet you. And we know that you were an IPS officer, and you were having a very inspiring lifestyle. People of Karnataka, and of course here everyone loves you a lot. So could you share us who inspired you? Because you inspired us in a very long term. So could you tell us who inspired you and what way they inspired you, so that we can have an way in our life, so we can follow them.
Thank you, Hari. I'm not sure whether I really inspire you. I live my bit of life, and maybe if you can take something here and there, I'll be very grateful and happy for that. Um, my life is life of a bit complexity in the initial side, where at the class 12, if somebody asked me what you want to become, I was clueless. There are only two choices in front of me, either to become an engineer or a doctor. But I felt studying medicine would be tough. At the class 10, you have to decide whether biology or computer science. I said, I cannot do that. I'll take a simpler one. I took computer science, then engineering. Again, engineering, I don't know. Again, why mechanical engineering, I don't know. But I studied. But after finishing the mechanical engineering, if somebody asked me what you want to do in life, I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know. When many of my friends in the class, they all took up a job, I was the only guy in the class who never took up a job because I didn't know what to do with the job, whether to go join, go through the training, work, because I didn't know what I want to do. So this thing was there for me for a long time. Then MBA, Lucknow, UP by fate. There's some kind of an understanding I got about life. Okay, maybe this is what I want to do. I want to serve people, help others, make my life more meaningful. Probably I felt civil service is the better one, went there. Civil service is a huge teaching in a country like India, where you have one IPS officer and IAS officer for one district as the SP and the collector. You deal with an average of 14 lakh to 20 lakh people in the district, all kinds of human beings. 1 to 3 years you spend in the district as the SP of the district. You see all kinds of things. That was a cop. You see death, brother. Death. Death is a great teacher in life. Great teacher in life. Great teacher. Nothing teaches you more about life than a simple death. And unfortunate to see a lot of deaths. Murder, brutal murder, somebody just falling down and dying, somebody going in a car and dying, somebody going in a horse and dying, somebody traveling in their family, happy family, joyful family, within minutes going under the truck and the whole family collapsing. Or in some cases, extreme cases, in my book I've written the rape and murder of a 10th standard girl. It is also a death, a horrible death, a death which we wish shouldn't happen to any other person. So all this process when you go through, I somehow felt your soul gets cleansed because you have to see everything. You have to hear everything. You have to see the photograph. You have to see the postmortem. You have to see all those horrible things. And more than that, you got to sit with the parents, explain to them this has happened. Just imagine. Many a time, unfortunately, in being a cop, we will be the first person telling their parents that their loved one has died. They're shocked, they're crying. And police station, when you write the FIR, when you write the procedural formalities, when the father and mother patiently waiting, crying with the tears in their eyes, because only when you do the procedural formality, only if it gets completed, then probably the postmortem will happen. Then probably the loved one's body can be handed over to them. I was uh, I was a witness to all those unfortunate moments in my life. Unfortunate moments. People, there'll be just tears rolling in their eyes. The father and mother quietly sitting in a police station chair just for that one signature because they have to put it. So when you go through all those things, brother, you understand life is something beyond what we live. Beyond what we live. There are some beautiful, noble people. They might not have done any mistake in their life. Still, their son or daughter gets killed in an accident. Like you, at your age, they come to a campus, they drive a car, drive a two-wheeler, drive a motorbike, they go head hit, they kill. But when you look at the life of the father and mother, they lived a purely blissful life, spotless life, clean lives. But you ask the question to the God, wherever God and the Almighty and the universal forces are, why to Him? Why to Him? Why to this parent? Why to this mother? And why should people like me, probably the middlemen operating in a system, in a bureaucratic system, why should I see that pain? Why should I be the forebearer of that bad news to them? So, for you also, I think your life will take you in those places. I don't know, whatever jobs you do, you will go through all those moments. That purifies your soul. That teaches you there is something beyond it. When a girl, 10th standard girl in Baindur in Udupi district, she was supposed to come home at 6:30. She didn't come home at 6:30. When the parents started searching for the girl, they found the girl's body at 8:30 in the night. She was raped and killed. We arrested the accused within a matter of time. When I went to the girl's home to convince her mother, as the SP of the district, when I told her mother, look, God has taken your child, I'm so sorry, but we did our best. Who has done this to your daughter? We have caught them. They will go through a judicial process. They will get punished in our system. The first thing the mother asked me is, I don't care about it, sir. I'm repeating again. The first thing the mother told me is, I don't care what you did. For me, it doesn't matter. All I care is, can you bring back my daughter to me? She is not bothered about judicial system. She is not bothered about the process of law. She is not bothered about, she doesn't even know who are the faces of those people. What are the faces? How do they look like? She didn't even care. All she wanted was, can you give me back my child to me? So you live in those moments. You live in those moments. You convince them. So all those moments taught me. I take a lot of inspiration from those moments. A lot of inspiration. A lot of inspiration from people in their unfortunate circumstances. Many a times it is also the fortunate part. But somehow I felt it is more than the great things you see, people happiness you see, joyful people you see. But the real meaning of life for you comes in those unfortunate moments when you question everything about your life. Why this is happening, why that is happening. So I'm not asking all of you to put through yourself to that. All I'm saying is get out of your comfort zone. Till you're in your comfort zone, the comfort zone will never allow you to see things the way it is supposed to be seen. It is more like a Maya. Again, in Yoga Sutra, Swami Vivekananda talks very beautifully about Maya. How the screen of Maya in front of your eyes, it hides everything. The Maya gives you worldly pleasures. It gives you everything, whereby you don't see the true meaning of life, which is actually beyond that wheel. How to lift that wheel? Lifting that wheel itself is the essence of Maya. So only thing I would tell Hari is, I cannot pinpoint one guy, two guy, three guy here, but I can pinpoint thousands of people who taught me. Even I'm an imperfect human being. All of us are imperfect human beings. We are in the process of being perfect. For some of us, it might take 90 years. For some of us, it might take 100 years. For a person like Adi Shankaracharya, it is a matter of months or years. But like many of you, I am also an imperfect person trying to become perfect in the process, making mistakes, learning from it, learning from all those things. So I would say you will also go through it. When you come out of your comfort zone, that will teach you many things. Probably put all those teachings for the betterment of humanity.
Thank you, sir.
Kolahalas TV YouTube channel. இது வாய்மையின் எக்காலம்.